Hey guys. There isn't really a certain subject I'm going to be talking about today, but I mainly just want to talk about, life or just ramble. Uh, the first thing I want to talk about was resource packs. I mean, I'm currently using a new resource pack, as you can see. I don't know if I exactly know how, like, I don't think I like how the gapples look, but that's okay. Um, I think I might get a cobweb outline pack just to put over whatever I'm using, because I think it's just always real helpful to know the exact diameter of the cobweb. Um, I also don't really like the hotbar. I don't know, I don't exactly like how it looks. Same with the potions. Other than that, I mean, I really like the pearl. I really like the pearl, but I think my other resource pack is better. My other texture pack. Um, I'll probably be showcasing that in the next video. As you can see, he's like, yeah, I'm getting destroyed. Okay, I'm not that good, but it's okay. But not what you can do. I have no idea what these people are doing. They seem to just be protecting the AFK people. Next, I kind of want to talk about my thoughts on like Bed Wars and Skywars and just 1.8 in general. 1.8. I've been trying to do a bit more 1.8. But it's been really it's been really difficult just because I'm not the greatest at 1.8, and just getting destroyed is annoying. But if I want to ever get good at it, I've just got to stop switching between 1.8 and 1.21. I will end up doing 1.21 as well, but for now I think I just need to focus on one thing. Bed Wars for me, I think it's a really fun game mode, but I think it's just so long that it's not the kind of game that if you get towards the end game and lose, you want to go for like another game, just because if you've gone all the way to the end game, it's like it almost feels like it just feels like it's taken so much time and now you've died. It's like not worth playing another game. I mean, even if you win, it's still, I still kind of want to play another game because I've spent all this time and I won. It's like, what else is there more to do? Skywars is much harder. I win quite a lot of game Bed Wars, but I've only won like 16 games of Skywars in the last couple of months, which is really annoying. But I it's just so much faster that I feel like I can play it for longer. I only recently started playing Skywars FFA, just because I thought it would be good for my practice, just 1.8. I'm pretty trash at it right now, but I will be hopefully getting better. It's all about, I guess, not just clicking speed, but reactions. The thing is, like, in 1.21, if someone was running past you, if you hit someone and they start running past you, you can't just turn and hit them because you're cooldown. In 1.8, you can't just react, immediately and just hit immediately. But I think 1.21 definitely feels cooler when you're like comboing someone, just because it feels more difficult when it's actually like personally just as easy. Um, like it only takes a couple of hours to get used to the cooldown. Like I just think switching between them is a bad idea. I'll go from playing 1.21 to 1.8, and I will just be like timing my hits in 1.8, which you're not supposed to be doing. And in 1.21, like if I've just been playing 1.8, I'll spam, because I've forgotten, and it just gets really annoying. I think it would be best if I just stuck with one game mode, for my YouTube channel, but I'm not entirely sure, because I know that some people will want to see 1.8 and some will want to see 1.21, but if I stick with 1.21, then I'm not going to get these views 1.8. But the problem is if I play both, then people aren't. I'm just worried they're not going to watch me because if I do 1.1 and 1.8, then I'll be a little bit. Then I'll be probably be bad at both, which means they'll just watch someone. The 1.21 viewers will watch people who are good at 1.21, and the 1.8 viewers will watch people who are good at 1.8. So that's just. But it is what it is. I've so I think I'll have to decide what I want, but it's just a little bit annoying. I like both of them so much, especially because my friend only plays 1.8. So when we play together, I have to do 1.8. So I don't know, like, whether to just tell him, I gotta practice 1.21, or to just do 1.8 and for us to do 1.8 together. The thing is we're like both the same good at 1.8. I'm way better at 1.21. So when we try to play 1.21 together, he usually gets beaten like quite badly. But it is what it is. Yeah. I'm not sure how well this video is gonna do. Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at bridging, to be honest. Bridging is the next thing I'd like to talk about, because I'd really like to learn how to moonwalk bridge, but I find it so difficult just because you can't just immediately start moonwalk bridging. You've got to practice, which means you're going to be doing lots and lots of time of you're just going to be falling. So you're moving, falling, again and again until you finally get like 3 blocks. And that's just so annoying for me because it's just so much of my time that I could be spending doing something else, and it's not even fun for me until I get good at it. But then you look at the end results, and moonwalk bridging is just something I really want to learn because it's easier than like breezely bridging and witchly bridging, but it's actually like faster than shift bridging. I can shift bridge consistently really well, um, but it's just annoying. I probably will eventually learn to moonwalk bridge, but I think as of right now I want to focus on PvP. Because even in a game like Bad Wars, shift bridging is enough. And I think moonwalk bridging is something that, unless you're really consistent at it, it's not something that you should be using in a game like Bed Wars or Skywars. The next thing is, I think that Skywars. Let's talk about Skywars kits. So currently, I made like a list. I think for number 1, I really like Troll Kit. It's just using the cobwebs and then the poison potions, especially if you save the potions till the end game, and then use the potions at the very end. Just when it's just you and another person, then you can cobweb them, hit them with the poison, and then kind of just box them in, or at least place spots in front of them so they can't hit you. And then you can just hit them once they're low. Poison only lasts for 5 seconds, I believe, but that's still 5 seconds of taking damage. So it's really useful. I've won some corrupted games doing that. So yeah, it is one of my favorite kits. Next, I really like Grenade. Lots of people hate Grenade, but if you can immediately open a chest and just bridge to the middle island, then Grenade is actually really helpful, because if someone immediately starts fighting you, if you place down the grenade, they'll usually change their focus to the grenade, and then they'll fight the grenade instead of you. And this can be really good, because then you can start hitting them. You can usually just click them off the edge, spam. But if they don't, then they will get exploded. and if you just keep on the blast protection armor until you've used your creeper, then that's really good because you can just be right next to it and you will take knockback, but you'll take less and it will do like no damage. So I think it's a really good kit. I also really like, and you've seen my videos, I really like Pig Rider and Pharaoh. They're just some of my favorite kits, just because if you have the robbery perk, and I only just got the robbery perk, but if you can use the robbery perk, then you can immediately rush with your fist, and they both have really good armor. Pharaoh's armor is the exact same as Rookie, or like full leather, but then it doesn't come with the boots, but it's still the same amount of armor as if you had full leather. So then if you get leather boots in your chest and quickly put them on before you start bridging, then you'll have more armor than if you had full leather, just because of that gold helmet. But you also get like 42 blocks, and if you have the Bridger perk, then that's a lot of blocks. I know I've made a 4, I think it was a 4 layer, it might have been 3 or 4 layer, 3 or 4 layer beacon, because it's just beacons don't actually work now for some reason. I think they might have gotten like patched just because people were using them for strength, but I used to use them, and I think that they actually, like, the Pharaoh kit with all those blocks is actually really helpful. But using a kit like Pig Rider only has, I think it's 16, but the armor is way better. I mean, you look at Pig Rider's armor, and it's as if he had a Prot 3 diamond helmet, and that alone has more armor than like armor kit if you also had a leather helmet and leather leggings on armor kit. I mean leather boots. Oh, wait, no, they changed the armor kit now, didn't they? Yeah, so it's just a helmet and chest plate. So if you've got leather leggings and boots, Pig Rider alone with just its helmet at the start of the game is still better, just because the armor from it is just crazy. So then if you manage to get pieces of armor in your first chest, then you can just rush someone, and whether you have a sword or not, you can use the robbery perk or not, then you can kill them because of how good your armor is. And I really want to try using robbery perk with these kits. I only just bought it, so I haven't actually used it yet, but I'm excited to, because I've seen people like Rat King, the YouTube Rat King. He does some really good bridging using Pharaoh kit, but he also used robbery kit, which gets rid of the weapon and makes him drop it. Because at first, when I looked at robbery kit's description, I thought it would be any item at random in the hotbar, but it's actually guaranteed to be the one they're holding, which will always be the sword usually. But yeah, so I have been trying different kits, but those are probably like my top 4. I've tried Frog. Frog just seems to be a really hard kit to use. It's like you'd think that you jump way higher, but you actually don't. For some reason. You just don't jump anywhere near as high. You don't seem to jump anywhere near as high as you'd think, because just now, I drank a frog potion before. Oh, not a frog potion, a jump 2 potion. And you jump high, but then when you use it on frog kit, for some reason, only jump like 2 blocks instead of 1. So it really isn't that strong. Energix kit, I used to main Energix kit just because you're basically guaranteed to win the game. Like, unless they know that you've drunk an Energix kit, which lots of people have recognized nowadays. It's a lot harder to drink the potion in front of someone and fight them, just because most people will try snowball you away or just run as soon as they see you drinking the Energix potion. But it actually is quite good because you can just wait till the end of the game and then you just collect chests or mine around the area. And I don't do this anymore because I found it kind of boring now, you know, and felt wrong. But you could just do that and then just 3-tap the person who's left. Even no matter how good the armor is, like you can win because Adenjik's kit is just that strong. But yeah, um, perks I like to use is fat, just because I think it's really nice to get that extra hearts at the start of the game for taking full damage when you're rushing someone or even rushing mid. Um, I also like Bridger just because you don't find I've never found myself having to get extra blocks. Like I'll get blocks at the start of the game. I've never once had to, well maybe like once or twice, but I never usually have to get more blocks. So that's really good. Savior. Savior is a perk that I really like because I thought about using Lucky Charm, but only a 30% chance. It just feels like if you're in a 2, if you're in a like 1v2 and you don't get the gapple, you're kind of cooked. But with Savior, once you kill someone and you get those extra 2 hearts, it's as if you've had a gapple. But it only lasts for 7 seconds, I believe. So if there's no one around you in that 7 seconds, you'll heal. But it won't give you the gold hearts, the 2 gold hearts for more than 7 seconds. Black magic. Black magic is really useful because pearls are just like pearls are so useful. I never find myself having too many pearls. Robbery, as I was saying earlier, robbery is just really good, especially if you're rushing someone without a weapon, which you only really need for hits like Arrow and Pig Rider. And then I also think resistance boost is really good, just because at the start of the game you get that extra level of resistance. That's all I currently have. I think I've decided on this because I've been thinking about my perks for a while. I think that's the best perks possible I could have. There's not, yeah. I think there's not really, if they add perks, then maybe I'll change it. But I just really want them to add or change more kits. Like, I think armor needs to be buffed so it actually has good armor. Because currently, its armor is just so trash. I don't know why you'd use it. Speaking of kits, I'd like to talk about some duo strategies. First off, the duo strategies. I think Armor Smith and Huntsman is good because Armor Smith gives you that power book. Now, if you're doing teams and you get and you have the perks Blazing Arrows, and Arrow Recovery, and Annoyomite, that will make it super helpful. Just because if you get a power 1 bow and you get the power 2 using Armor Smith kit, then your Huntsman bow is power 2 and you can start just firing arrows at everyone. And that makes it so helpful for fighting because that can like 3-shot people. And having the Annoyomite, like if they're bridging and you hit them straight on, they only take a little bit of knockback and then keep going on the bridge. But then if the silverfish spawns, that can knock them off the bridge, hopefully. The next one is double Pig Rider, you know, just rushing with that armor. I haven't really thought about that, but I think double Pig Rider could be useful. Double Frog, like if you're rushing a team and you're both jumping around, I'm guessing that could make it really distracting. If it's just one of you being Frog and the other one's normal, then it could make it easier for them to target the Frog player, but Devil Frog could be useful. Next one is troll and pyro. Because I was just thinking, if you have troll kit and the other person has pyro, then you can web people like immediately if you just rush together, and then the pyro player can just lava bucket them on the head to set them on fire. Double grenade in duos. You can get so many people with grenade kit. I've used grenade kit in duos and I've gotten 5 kills at once, just because people are rushing mid or going towards the island, and then you just place it down in the midst of the fighting, and then boom, like 4 or 5 kills. Um, I think having 2 of those would just make it so you can get lots of kills. I'm not exactly sure if it would be good for endgame. Grenade kit usually isn't. It's mostly just for getting a couple kills at the start. But yeah, double snowman. If you both do snowman and then stay at your island, that can usually knock quite a few people off and make people scared to leave the island at the start of the game if you build your snowman immediately. Just because if you've only got one snowman, then they can usually just bridge across without worrying about getting hit. But having 2 snowmen, and if both you have the 16 snowballs at the start, it can make it really scary for someone trying to bridge. I've played those and experienced people teaming with snowman, and it is very annoying to use. Rookie and salmon, just because I would say double rookie, but sometimes you get those people who those maps where it's just really easy to hit people off. So I think one person going rookie, one person going salmon, so that you have an option for PvPing and an option for using knockback. That's kind of all for duo strategies. I'm not sure if you guys have. I'll talk about YouTube channels now. I would like to share about what kind of YouTube I watch. I don't know if you guys have heard about Wi-Fi's. I know most of the stuff is fake, but it has gotten me into like encryptions, like coding and stuff, because it's so cool to think that you can use like these codes for secret meanings. I also think who's the other YouTuber that I watch? Forums for Skywars. Spelov, I think he's called Spelov. He plays Skywars and he's #1 in Russia. He hasn't made too many videos, but he's probably my favorite Skywars player. His montages are really cool, and he's just he's really cool. And he's really good as well. I also think who are some others. Yeah, I guess I really like to watch Rat King gaming. He's quite cool. I don't really like YouTubers that just play one thing, but Rat King does quite a few different 1.8 games, so I enjoy watching him. What else we talk about? I guess music taste. To be honest, some of you guys might hate me for this. I only really listen to funk while playing Minecraft. I guess there's some like English funk like ones that I listen to. I guess Katie on a Mission. That's a good song. Yeah, I don't listen to too many songs really. I'm more of a podcast person. Yeah, that's kind of all I had to talk about today. I mainly just want to talk about texture packs, but to be honest, this texture pack, I'm not sure whether you guys will like it or not. I will change up my texture pack for the next Skywars commentary video, and then we'll see which one's better. But it's getting laggy. But yeah, that's mainly what I wanted to talk about today. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.